Transmission and post a tweet. Done. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. We haven't. I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I hope everybody's been doing well. Our last episode was episode 60. So, in keeping with tradition, we're going to do a bit of a Q&A here. That means, if anybody's in chat, feel free to submit a question. But for the most part, we're just going to have our players ask questions of the Dungeon Master and their other players. Hopefully we end up getting a decent number of questions in, but if not, that's not a big deal either. Normally I do a little spiel about what the Shattered Earth campaign is, but because this is just a Q&A, we can kind of answer questions about it as we go. If you have questions all the way from episode 1 all the way into episode 60, I will try and answer them to the best of my... Other than that, we can just get right into it. So, who wants to go first?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what exactly happened to the gas tank?
I thought I already told you this. Are you talking about like your the gas tank that went missing? Like from the truck?
Yeah, but I missed.
Oh crap, what's his name now? That's gonna bug me. I haven't spoken about him in a while. The dude who you ran into in the wilderness acted like a just an employee of a factory or something, or like a office worker. He was the one who stole it from you. You didn't really suspect anything of him, and he just took it from you, walked away with it, and said he was going to go report his findings to HR. And that was pretty much all that happened with that. Again, there's more to that, but
this guy's totally gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
nah. Not unless you're like going to find him or something, but that's where the gas tank is. It's with him. Try to remember his name now, though.
Carson?
Karsten, that's it. Yeah. You said Carson or Karsten?
I think it's Carson, but
I think there's a T in there.
it might have been Karsten. I'm going solely off of memory because I haven't found that in my notes at the moment.
Yeah, it was a weird, like it sounded like Carson, I remember, but it was a weird name. It was Karsten. But yeah, Karsten has your gas tank. Why are you so curious about the gas tank?
I think it's mostly because it just happened to come up again.
Yeah, that's true. The wizard Tristan wanted to know what was up. Does that fulfill your question?
Yes, and I'm attempting to keep the excessive noise away from y'all. That's why I'm here.
I heard about half of that, but that's fun.
I have a question, but I don't know if it has a long answer or just like it's like, oh yeah.
Doesn't need to be a long
but
answer.
when everything first happened with Molly after Kenny tried to murder her, how Elle ended up being there, was there any way we would have, like, could have caught on to the fact that she was there at all?
Or
did she just manage to slip right under all of our noses?
There are ways, but, like, it would have involved more magic than I think anybody in the party at the time had. I don't think anybody had, like, true scene. Actually, no. Don't you have a true scene thing on your gun?
I have true sight on my gun.
Yeah. So, yeah, you would have been able to. But you...
So pretty much as soon as I pulled my gun, I wouldn't have realized it.
Yeah. I never really thought of that, though. Because you did pull the gun on her earlier, did you not?
I pulled the gun on the doctor as more of a, like, force thing. Like, originally I didn't intend to shoot the gun. It was more of an intimidation.
Yeah, so you would have, as soon as you pulled the gun out, you should have known.
Your audio's gone, I can't hear you.
Of course it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, as soon as you pulled the gun, you should have known. But that's my bad forgetting that you had that on your gun.
I forget that I have that on my...
Yeah, you have like 10 feet of true seeing or something, right? Because you have dark vision, which is longer.
I have dark vision, I have true sight, and I have... whatever the other, like, vision thing was. I have all of...
blind sight?
Them. I think the other one was... Hold on, I'm trying to find it. So I wrote down what everybody had.
Yeah, so as soon as you, so that type of thing would have been a way to know. She was just disguised as, like, she wasn't polymorphed or anything. She was disguised as something else.
But it wasn't necessarily something that we would have caught on to earlier.
Correct.
Like, just realized. Yeah, I have true sight, blind sight, and dark vision.
Yeah, and then on top of that as well, I guess there are, like, insight checks and things like that would have kind of helped you out, but I don't think anybody was really super suspicious, so it wasn't like a thing you would have been, like, looking out for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until she went missing, then it was kind of like, oh, wait. Or until she died, whatever.
Yeah, because we even, the little girl that we brought with us, Isla.
Yeah.
We had gone down there once before because, you know, they had a incident by, you know, doctors.
Yeah, she
never trust doctors. This is the moral of this, like, interaction that happened.
Yeah, she threw a little child against the wall. You're correct. That was the incident.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of a way that it would have kind of come up. You know.
Was she there the whole time?
Not like the whole time that you were there. Yes. Yeah. The whole time. No. Like, are you talking like back when you first hit Misery up? Or
no,
like
I meant like since we had gotten back to Misery. Was she already there? She
was already there. Yes.
Okay. Well, she's still there now because she's dead.
There you go. Suck on that, Elle.
Be there forever.
No, they'll probably throw her out of the town. Let her get torn up by the pack of wild dogs that roams the area. That's actually
I was gonna say feed him. I was gonna say feed her to their livestock.
That's gross. That's how.
What? Pigs eat people?
Yeah, I know, but that's how you get like issues with like your animals. It's not good to feed them though, people. Who knows where Elle's been?
One person isn't gonna hurt.
Who knows where Elle's been?
Fair?
Anyway. Yeah.
I just turned to the page where everyone got stabbed with rusted metal after they blew up the windmill.
Yeah. That was great.
Hope everyone's up to date on their tetanus shots.
Yo. Everybody's gonna get tetanus. Everybody's gonna develop lockjaw, and then that's where the campaign ends.
Trying to flip through and think of other. I can't find any of my questions that I've had.
Gadget, any more questions from you? Only we had done our Q&A last week, then we could have got Veda involved, and she always has a bunch of questions written down.
I wish she would have just, like, sent her questions. I meant to ask her to do that. Completely forgot.
Would have been smart.
Oh, what was up with that, haunted metal body that we found?
Nothing in particular. Just the metal part was kind of like an experiment, but like Wolverine type of thing. The haunted part, it was, yeah, she just was protecting her body because somebody had already stolen her head. So, because they thought it might be valuable.
So she wasn't like Clark. She's a weird experiment of trying to put a person into a robot.
No, it was a legit skeleton. Like, it's a person who had been experimented on in the sense of like they were doing stuff to her body, caused that to happen, and then you came near the body and she freaked out on you because she was like, somebody else already stole my head. I don't want the rest of my body to go anywhere. So, yeah, that was all. There could have been like ways to get more info out of her, like find out who did it to her, things like that. But she was pretty pissed off because she felt like you guys were just there to take it again. So.
I mean, she was threatened. It's like putting a scared dog into a corner, you know.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you guys were intending to take it originally, so.
Yes, and then we heard crying, and we were more concerned about, like, who's crying and what's going on with that, so that... Yes, it was a thought. And I'm sure Gadget still would have taken it if he hadn't have been possessed.
Yes. Possession is...
If we took it, would she have followed her body?
That was something that I was kind of contemplating, because she wasn't attached to it. She just kind of stayed in the area, and ghosts, like, according to the actual stat block, they can't move like insanely fast comparing to like a truck, right? So would have been like she would have lost you eventually and had to try and find it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But yeah, no, I'd contemplated it, but that wasn't my main reason for going over and investigating it.
What they all say.
We should have taken it anyway.
Sold it for parts.
I'm just much more curious.
I mean, I'm just saying that Void told me at one point that if we ever found, like, kind of like how we got an arm for Valiant Thea, that she would pay good money for it. Imagine if I give her most of a skeleton.
A metal skeleton. Just pop pop that baby right in and they're good for life.
I don't know that that does what she wants it for, though.
I mean, they've got resources. I'm sure they could make it work for what they want it for.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe given one of the legs to Dash, you know, sold the rest of the body. You know, I don't know if he, you know, ever wants his wife out of a wheelchair.
I don't think the bones are what Valenthea needs. I think it's more the fact that her entire leg is missing.
Yeah, but you could like hook that up and
yeah. No, it doesn't quite work that way.
I don't know. Use some magic. I don't know.
Make a peg leg.
Yeah.
Digital peg leg. Metal peg leg.
Maya, do not eat the puzzles.
Yeah, Maya.
This is not me being the only one with dog problems.
Well, I had to separate them because they've been fighting in here.
Okay. So, Gadget, anything else from you?
So I don't know if this is story related, but it's something that I'm just curious about because if I know you, you do. What does God, my brain is.
What does God?
Yeah, what is God? No, my brain's just melting. Veda's informant, the kobold.
Duke?
Yeah, can you just walk us through a day in the life of Duke?
Well, he wakes up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. No, honestly...
Does he have glasses that he grabs when he's on his way out the door?
No.
Oh.
It's 7 a.m., waking up in the morning.
7 a.m., the usual morning lineup.
Well, I'm just going through the songs that talk about days. That one was Friday by Rebecca Black.
I was quoting Tangled.
What's going on? There's so much noise going on. They pretty much, yeah, just waking up, wandering around the town, trying to get some money to get some beer or ale or any sort of alcohol, chatting up some people. He thinks he's a lot fancier than he actually is, so he thinks that he's important somewhat, which is why he wears those raggedy old, that suit that does not fit him that he obviously found in a trash can somewhere. The pants rolled up and the sleeves pushed onto his arms. Oh, I don't think I have that one in the slideshow. Add that one.
There I know.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yeah. Other than that, no, it's pretty boring life, to be honest. He's a cool guy, but sometimes cool guys have boring lives.
I wasn't sure, I had to ask.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay. This is more of a curiosity question.
Okay.
Is there a chance that we end up running back into that mutated dragon we fought with the Beast Rider? Since it flew off after
yes.
I pissed it off.
Yes.
Dragons have good memories, don't they?
Yes they do. Maybe not necessarily this one, but they do have good memories. This one's kind of more beast than
But
it
like,
is,
could potentially remember that I shot him in the face.
shot him in the eye. Yes.
It's hunting you.
Or did you shoot him in the eye or stab him in the eye? I remember you did something to his eye.
I can't fight a dragon.
Sure you can. You just gotta believe in yourself.
I mean, I could blind it completely this time if I really wanted to.
I think something. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Stream appears to still be up.
Okay, we're still good. Okay. So yeah, I heard like a weird boop noise and then I could still hear people, so my stuff. All right, I have a question for you guys then. With the introduction of like the new NPCs and things like that, do we have a new favorite NPC or is it still the same old ones?
From the little bit of interactions that we've had with him, I do like Elemen. I don't know, he seems cool. But I think that also stems from the fact that I really like Ilaria.
I mean, that's fair. Ilaria is pretty sweet.
My instinct to say is now Kenny is my favorite.
Well, that instinct is wrong. Everybody consistently uses the term Kenny is the worst, so...
Because they're all jealous of him.
Molly is so sweet. I will. She's
yeah.
such a fun character.
Molly's pretty... Oh, the stream restarted. It's at 7-8 seconds.
That would have been the Badoop you heard.
Badoop.
Yeah, stream disconnected, attempting to reconnect 3 minutes ago.
Get better, internet.
I have amazing internet. I need to get another Ethernet cable because mine is not working, so I'm on Wi-Fi. Yeah, my Ethernet cable, I think, got closed in the door one too many times. Okay, well, I don't know if it missed anything, so we'll find out when the recording pops up.
Well, your recording will be
recording's
good.
Still at 23 minutes, so we're fine. Okay, so you did. Sorry, Gadget. You said Molly was your favorite. Okay.
I mean, Molly is great.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the newest NPCs, which are my theater troupe.
The theater troupe is great.
They were fun.
And honestly,
I'm actually really excited to go back and see how their play turns out.
You have to have a full play ready or else we're going to be disappointed.
I'm not going to have a full play ready.
You better have cliff notes.
Sure. So
I don't know if it's just her attitude because of like the situation that we found her in, but I'm really not a fan of Naomi at the moment.
why? What's wrong with Naomi?
She's kind of an ass.
It's rude.
And a little judgy.
I mean, like the whole family kind of is.
Lame.
I mean, it's.
I bet Owen wasn't that judgy.
It's an elf thing. Never met Owen. The Owen you did.
Yeah, I know.
And the Owen you did meet was a zombie.
I was not there for that. I was with Scarlett and Molly at the inn because they didn't want to stay at the house that night.
Correct.
So I was told about zombie Owen. But no, I'm saying I bet he wasn't that judgy.
Yes. Well, I mean, he got with Scarlett, so not a great cook.
I mean, you know, you can't have everything. I bet he did the cooking.
Probably. Oh, jeez. Alright, the thing I'm playing with just broke.
Good job.
Story so far. What are everybody's thoughts on how things are going? Where do you think the story is going from here? And yeah, that's the question.
I have absolutely no idea where the story is going, like finale wise. With the things that we are getting ourselves into, I do not think that we will all live to see the finale.
Okay, let's place our bets now. Who's gonna die first? Who hasn't
Robin.
already died? Okay. We think Robin's gonna die?
Robin's squishy.
Aren't all you guys pretty much squishy?
Against some of your stuff, yes, but I don't remember if Robin's even over 100 hit points.
Well, I mean, he's not supposed to be.
Gadget's a little squishy too, so.
Gadget's squishy. Gar is squishy. I think Veda is kind of your tank now after her warlock phase is over.
Yeah.
Because yeah, with the warlock that cut back her HP a little bit. You guys don't really have a tank in the group. Just high AC people.
Yeah, we just
So it
have
helps
high
when I'm
AC and
myself.
high damage output. We don't have a lot in the way of like defensive. But
I think Gadget's gonna die next.
I think it's gonna be Robin, only because Robin has also admitted he does not have a lot of stuff that is helpful in combat. But he does have a lot of stuff that would be helpful in raising the dead.
I mean, is Gadget have a lot of stuff that's helpful in combat?
I make
He
her
can
do
double
the same
everyone's
level
damage.
Yeah, doubling damage. That's fair. But like doing stuff
I
himself.
No.
Gadget's just there for moral support.
Yeah. Gadget's the bard of the group.
Please do not eat my cards with the button. Lilo.
I do have a question about that.
Yeah, go for it.
So, is there anything else you can tell me about the chick that I was trying to learn from in Misery?
You're talking about the Technomancer?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to know about Technomancers. Is that like a class that I could get into, or like what the hell's the deal with that?
It's not a class. It's basically just you're already the class. It's just a bunch of yous, pretty much. What they were, it was kind of started by just, I'm not going to tell you the guy's name, because you don't know about them. They're very secluded, very private, but it was started by a guy who just really liked technology of the past. He might be old, he might be young, you don't know. And basically started discovering things that were left behind and just breaking them down to their barest components and rebuilding them, trying to make them work. And yeah, it kind of just expanded from there. He kind of grew the group himself a little bit, then realized that there were, and I'm not going to tell you how he realized as well, realized there was people who might not be in it for the best intentions, and then decided he would close off the group unless there was like some very convincing arguments of why people should be in the group. So yeah, the girl who was in Misery, she almost died and found Misery. They welcomed her in, and the rules of Misery now is if they give you stuff, you have to kind of pay your way into town. So like if they help you out, you have to have a reason to be there. So she kind of is just there for now to have a reason to be there, and then she will be going back to where she came from. The Technomancers are a cool group that I came up with kind of like a couple weeks after we actually started the game, and I was like, oh man, this is going to be so cool. And then you guys just kind of, Texas is a very big place and you have not come across them yet.
Sorry if my voice went to shit again.
No worries. But yeah, so they there is a very slight chance, you could call it a 1 in 100 chance that you come across them, but it's
Makes sense.
even if you do come across them, it's going to be a very hard sell to get any info from them or even get them to really talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Technomancers are pretty cool. And it's not a class, it's just they're basically all techies already. So you're already there. It's just they have specialties, you know?
Yeah. Hey Nathan, ask a fucking question.
Pass.
No pass.
I don't have a question to ask.
It doesn't even have to be a complicated question.
I'll come up with 2 or 3 bullshit questions on the spot. You can do.
Putting me on the spot makes me freeze up.
The guy that we almost hit on the bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
Was he just like a one-off encounter thing, or is there a chance that he will resurface?
Yes, it was a one-off encounter thing, but with how I played it, there's going to be a chance that he's going to come back without a roll. I thought that was pretty interesting. And
no, it was really cool.
I like that it was actually.
I like that interaction.
I like that it was Elaine who saw it. That was kind of the best part. Because if it was like Gadget or like Robin or something, it would. I don't think it would have been as cool. But because it's Elaine, who is literally like, my whole life is falling apart around me. It's kind of. I think it'd be. It's a nicer.
It kind of ended up being like a weird omen thing.
Yeah,
I think,
that's what I was meaning.
Internally for Elaine, I'm just thinking kind of off of like my thought process at the time. Because with everything that has happened in her backstory and since she got involved with this group, like I think there's been a constant internal battle with herself on like where she stands now on a religious front.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to make it like a religious thing. Like, yes.
No, like I know that scenario wasn't meant to like gear towards religion, but for her, I think it was more like an internal thought process. If I think about it, I think it's one of those things where it's like when people are like, send me a sign or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it kind of works that way in the brain, even though a situation's not necessarily meant to be that way. You know, people can perceive things on whole different levels.
Yeah, exactly. But no, with the fact that it went the way it did, he'll likely be coming back. But yes, it was just a roll on the random encounter team.
Yeah, it was different, but I think that as far as like not battle encounters, I think that's definitely one of my favorite like random like meeting someone encounters that we've had.
What, you didn't like the two-headed girl?
I would have liked it more if it I don't know, it was just a lot of like their own bickering, and then they were like, don't worry about us, just like go away, and they like just kept going and arguing. So I think that one was really funny and like really enjoyable, but as far as like an interesting standpoint, I think
you're correct.
He was probably one of my favorites that wasn't like a weird, interesting battle encounter.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, our theater troupe is definitely up there as like cool encounters also.
I like that they were threatening you with the prop gun. It's the best part.
That was cute.
Every single time
they were so committed to the bit.
Yeah.
They were so committed.
And then Veda wanted to punch them all the time.
I just love the fact that I was hanging out there the entire time and they didn't realize because they never popped it.
Well, you freaking rolled like a 32 for
yeah, I rolled really
rolling.
high on that stealth.
Yeah. I don't think they can roll that high.
That was kind of fun being high charisma.
Yeah, exactly. High charisma ones, like, if you play them right, they are a lot of fun to play. If you just play them like the typical bard meme, it's not great. There's ways around it, and like also not just being a dick with your charisma, being able to like actually communicate better. I was re-listening to that and I completely forgot that you just repeated exactly what my quote was, because you forgot what the quote that I used was.
I forgot, and I was looking up quotes.
Which means you Googled the exact same thing I did when I was Googling it.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Definitely not great.
Yeah, not great.
Maya, we do not chew on electronics.
Yes, we do. They're tasty.
Well, if you chew on it right, you'll get a shock and not chew on it again.
There you go.
It's not plugged in. I don't want her to chew on it.
That is not necessarily the case.
What if it becomes like a fetish for them? They're like, oh yeah.
Well, that's always a risk.
Okay. I will remind everybody as well that you do have the opportunity to ask one question that peeks behind the curtain.
You know where you're going from here?
As long as
Who's
it's
the
not
BBEG?
as long as it's not like a total reveal question. So you can either ask that right now or think about that a little bit before we go on. We're supposed to have somebody else joining us right away.
Who?
Oh,
So
there
not a
it is.
behind the. Did I hear Gar?
Yes.
Woo! This isn't a behind the curtain question. This is more of a in the DM's opinion question. Are we on a death mission with the stuff we are trying to do right now?
No, I wouldn't say so.
In regards to, like, let's kill Elwyn, let's kill Elwyn, you know. I feel like this probably isn't the best decision we've ever made as a group, but we're doing it anyway.
Have we ever made a good decision?
That's also a good question.
Answer? Not really.
But is this one of our better ones? Probably not.
I wouldn't say better necessarily, but it's not bad. Like, it's something that obviously is going to need to be done, but...
So you're asking on a scale from all of our bad decisions, is this on the good end of the bad or the bad end of the bad?
Yeah, there's no good bad scale. It's worse than the other.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's a death mission necessarily. I don't know how ready you are for it exactly, but it's definitely
We're
something.
never ready.
No, exactly.
Well, I tried facing this guy and nearly died, so...
Well, that's why... I had the idea to try and, like, flip the script.
That's also why I plan on going invisible.
That, like, trying to think of the best way to say this. I will let you know right now that this is not endgame.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
So, like, it is a mission for sure that is, like, it's an option to do. And I have a feeling you want to do it because now Molly's involved. But it's not necessary to the completion of this campaign. Gar, we're doing Q&A, so if you have any questions at all for any of the players or myself, feel free to ask them.
It's been so long since I've been on, I can't even think.
Yeah, I know the feeling. It's okay.
Yeah, we haven't played in like 3 or 4 weeks.
It's been busy. For everybody, apparently.
Yes.
Does Gar want to get rid of the elf lady in his head? Or
I don't know,
would
he
rather
forgets
keep
about
her
he forgets
around?
about her. She's pretty quiet. She's not like Elwyn, so
That's fair.
Yeah, she...
I guess it's kind of good that she's not like Elwyn.
true enough.
I mean, Elwyn was fun. Elwyn's great.
Elwyn's
fun.
gonna die.
What are your thoughts on Elwyn's body?
I cannot stand Elwyn's body.
Why?
Oh my god.
Owen's body needs to go.
Yes.
I'm just happy that I
Honestly-
heard his feelings.
Honestly, DM, I think it's the voice.
What's wrong with his
Thing is-
voice?
For me, it's on par with if you've played Hogwarts Legacy or have seen any like gameplay from it and stuff, it's on par with how annoying Peeves is.
I don't know. I haven't seen it myself.
I know Gadget knows what I'm talking about.
Are we talking how smug Elwyn is? Is that what we're talking
No,
about?
you haven't listened to the
No.
last episode, obviously. You
Last
guys,
episode, we figured out how to get into that portal that was glowing like every full moon outside of Misery that Dash told us
Nice.
about.
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
Hoping to just find Elwyn's body and destroy it. But apparently, when Elwyn's mental part of him left and went with Veda, there was a second personality that got stuck behind running the body.
Not that intelligent of one.
Excuse me, you couldn't solve the riddles.
I wasn't trying to solve the riddles.
I wasn't allowed to solve the riddles.
Every
I knew the
riddle was
answer.
responded with vicious mockery.
Are we,
Gadget has been replaced with
Ba-
Batman.
I was gonna
just-
say Batman. Is it Batman or
Batman.
Badman?
Yeah.
The guy,
No.
the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Can you just say
My
I'm
voice
Gadget?
I'm Gadget.
Can you say where are the other drugs going?
Where are the other drugs going?
I'm sorry.
Well, actually, I was about to say my voice is cutting out on me again tonight.
Fair.
My voice has been fucked all week. So I've told Kat, I think I told that I've been sick and I went to a concert on Friday. And apparently drainage and screaming at the top of your lungs fuck up your voice.
What?
No, what? I can't believe it.
Who
And
knew?
so it's been coming and going all week.
Tonight, the role of Gadget. Fail.
Yeah, if y'all will just replace me with Christian Bale, I'd appreciate it.
You already. I thought we already did. Sorry, my bad.
No, I'm
No,
saying
that's how in
did it-
character Christian
my-
Bale has gotten.
Oh, okay.
He's assumed the role of Gadget so much that he's talking about himself in third person.
Fair
No,
enough.
my throat's bugging me to talk again. That's what I was saying.
No, that's fair.
So that was me saying I'm bailing on y'all because I can't talk.
I understand. I kind of
Go.
assumed.
Go get some tea and honey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if I can. I'm gonna go get some drugs and some money, and we'll see how the Batman does.
You said drugs and money?
That would work too.
Tried to say drugs and honey, but it didn't come out.
You're good. Go feel better.
Y'all have a good night.
See you later.
You too.
Bye, Gar.
Bye, Batman.
Wow.
I swear we're not being mean. We're just.
Oh, we are.
I was gonna say something and I forgot because of Batman.
That's.
Oh, so what was the body? So the body was
Oh.
what?
Oh my god, he talks like an obnoxious clown. And only wants intelligent people. And had started asking Veda to answer riddles. And then Robin was trying to give her the answers in, like, pictures in her mind, which made it worse. And he kicked us out, but we ended game with us resting and planning to go back in a second time.
We had
And I
to
wanted to
rest.
try and-
Robin took a real beating.
What are you talking about? You only took like 70
Most
points
of his
of
hit
damage.
points.
I had less than 10 HP left.
But so now we have to go in and figure out ways to.
And try and like pass the wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Because both Elaine and Gadget failed the wisdom saving throw, which is what caused them to faint as soon as they were in.
Yeah, Gadget and I were unconscious the entire time we were in there the first time.
Yeah.
So we got filled in on everything after we all got kicked out.
Okay.
If I shoot his fingers off, would he still be able to, like, snap us out?
The snap is more for effect.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Snap is more flavor than anything.
That's what I figured, but...
Well,
you
if we
did
Why
say
it's
that
not
remove
my
his
initial
arms,
plan.
if we remove his arms, he can't do that part. If we remove his jaw, he can't do anything verbal.
I could do that. I can do that. Not a question, more of a general statement for the players that are here. I don't know if we'll be able to, but I think we need to try and outsmart
Elwin's
Clown
body.
Elwin.
Clown Elwin. We're calling him.
Yes.
Well, I need to go in
DM,
invisible
please do the voice.
because
For Gar, since he missed.
You can listen to it on YouTube.
I need to go in invisible because I'm pretty sure I won't be allowed to stay around or I will be attacked instantly.
What do you mean? You only insulted him every time he asked you a question.
Yeah, we'll have
The
to
real
listen to that.
question is if he's smart enough to correctly answer our question.
What was your question?
I don't know. I was gonna figure.
You're gonna come up with your own riddle?
Don't tell him the riddle beforehand because then he can try looking it up.
Oh no! See, I was gonna pull riddles from things where he's not gonna be able to just Google it.
Perfect.
Oh. That's fair. No, he asked the two guards, one lies, one tells the truth, one leads to death, one leads to life.
What question do you ask, and who do you ask?
And the question that Robin told Veda to ask was not the correct question.
Hey, I figured it out a few minutes later and gave.
I told you.
That was a hard one to.
That's just
put
a
in a
hard
vision.
riddle, unless you've known the answer before.
I did figure out that I messed up the answer before you told me it was wrong.
I see.
So I have heard that one before and I was going over it in my head.
I think everyone has heard that. That's like one of the most common ones.
I still don't remember what the answer is, but I've heard it.
Next time he'll just ask logical questions. Logic.
Then Gar won't be able to answer anything.
A rooster lays an egg on top of a barn. Right smack dab in the center. Which way does the egg roll?
Roosters can't lay eggs. I got it.
You got it. Work. All right. Any final questions from anyone? And then where's our where are we at for a game changer question? Keep in mind you can ask the other players questions too.
Does Robin have any, like, to-do list things that he wants to get done? Or is he just along for the ride?
As of now, he's along for the ride. Like, what he was mainly doing was trying to figure out the situation with the dragons. He has a better idea of what's going on now, and I haven't really figured out where to take it from there.
No, Robin wasn't around when you guys came across that other dragon. No, that was still
no,
Ken,
but
right?
we told him all the stories when we ran into him again.
And then he gets even more.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out where to go with his. Just go with dragon obsession.
Why don't you guys go to the center?
What's Boomtown?
San Antonio.
Antonio. Boomtown, as in that's where the bomb went boom.
Yes.
I can see why they wanted to get rid of that city.
Yeah, because it was where the Alamo was, and that's where the dragon was held up.
Don't forget the Alamo.
Well, the Alamo wasn't destroyed, wasn't it?
No.
That was the DM and the San Antonians' compromise on him being like, just so you know, I'm blowing up San Antonio. And I went, okay, fine, but I have one request. And he goes, what? And I was like, the Alamo stands.
The city blew up, but the Alamo somehow survived.
Look, it might be partly buried in rubble, but there's still the, like, you can see the iconic, like, top of it.
You know, like in the
That's how I
cartoons
picture it
where
in my
there's the
mind.
middle of a crater with just this one standing building in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly.
All the
what's
other
going
buildings around the Alamo protected the Alamo.
Yeah, and it stands, and that's where the dragon is, in the Alamo.
To win this campaign, we're gonna have to destroy the Alamo.
Do you think, with the characters we have right now, that we could successfully kill a dragon? That's not, like, a baby. Because we've done that.
Yes.
Well, that's reassuring, at least.
Well, think about it. Like, let me just pull this up here. Oh, ancient. Sorry. So, yes. So they only have damage immunity to fire. Ancient Red Dragon is the one with the most hit point and the highest armor class. The highest hit point is 546. Sorry, that's average. It's not the highest. But how much damage does Elaine do in one turn if she gets all of her stuff done? Right? She does like
all of it.
She does like 250 hit points in one attack.
If I roll well.
It was like 3 rounds and she can kill a dragon.
Not even. Like you get Gadget to do his thing where he makes them get double damage. And then
Well, I'm also taking into account that a dragon could, especially at, what are we, 11th level, could take one, if not more of us out in like one go.
Yeah, so you're correct. It can do a whole lot of damage to you as well. But you guys also have a lot of stuff that you can do to him. So yes, it would be a difficult battle, 100%, but you are formidable. Let's go with that.
Yesterday, but it wasn't really that. If you listen,
I guess that's fair.
Who's listening to Australian TikTok?
Me.
Wow.
Not it.
Well, Gar just said me.
I already said it was me, Elaine. Already said it.
Okay.
We'll say it louder next time, Gar.
So, who's going to ask the kimono question?
Oh man.
Gar, do you have a question that is something that you guys shouldn't know but want to know? If Des is there, she can also ask it.
No, I feel like I would waste my question because I am like 3 or 4 episodes behind.
That's fine. I said if Des is there, she can also ask it.
Oh, she's somewhere, but she's not here.
I'll text her and ask. Do you
The only thing I could
have
think
a
of is like
question that you want to know the answer to, but is something that you shouldn't know in the game. Like a peek behind the curtain question. Oh, she's texting back. The suspense is killing me.
It'll be no.
If it's no and it's this long of her typing, then it's going to be annoying.
Not that I can think of.
the only thing I could think of is like I don't know, like Elson weaknesses, like or like.
Okay, well, I wouldn't give you weaknesses. That's not something.
No,
that...
I know.
Apparently, there might be a silence and dust question, but all she said is, "I still want to know more about the silence and dust stuff. That makes me nuts." But there's no question in that, so I'm trying to find out what the question is.
Tell us everything about silence and
Everything
dust.
about silence and dust, hey?
Write an article like their stat block and backstory and give that to.
I mean, did they really just want a town of their own, or is there just some... I feel like there's an ulterior motive behind it.
We'll find out what the question is. Do. This takes forever. I'm sorry.
Edit, cut.
Are
edit.
they actually eating people? Or dehydrating them, or whatever Veda always says?
I have a food dehydrator and just shove it into them.
Well, because we found that one guy that was...
Well, Veda always says
escorting.
turning people into mummies.
Yeah, because that one dude we found was almost completely dehydrated, but then we found, like, Veda's note or whatever on his body, so he was one of the ones that was escorting.
Okay,
Quinn.
so she said, "I feel like we just brushed the surface on that, and I'm curious as to what their end goal was. You know, it wasn't just them being unjustly treated and making a home for themselves." So I'm gonna go ahead and take that as what is their end goal. Is that fair, seem like a fair question out of that? Because again, there wasn't a question; that it was another statement.
Sure.
Is everybody cool with that being your one question?
Yeah.
So no. It wasn't obvious. Like it obviously isn't just that. They like being in power, so having a bunch of people who basically worship them is nice. They are a set of mutated Siamese twins, obviously. And they obviously grew up being made fun of and stuff, and vowed to make something of themselves, basically. And that's kind of how the Children of the End got started, because they started talking about how, oh, just because we're mutated doesn't mean we have to live like this, go on and on. So they started their cult, basically became I'm not gonna say god necessarily, because they wouldn't necessarily be a god, but they did become somewhat of like a king among these creatures. Their end game, I would say, is kind of just anybody who comes into their town, let them know that this is kind of their space, and they are using a device that does drain the energy from people and kind of sucks the life out of them, and basically is a dehydrator, I guess, if you really want to call it that. So that using that is one thing, and then another thing.
Is that how they're staying alive so long?
Yes, and that is actually something that they discovered, which is why when Veda offered technology, that was a big thing, because that was actually something that was discovered in one of the bunkers. So when Veda was like, oh, there's so much technology you can find in my bunker, they were like, holy crap, we could find more. Some of the bunkers were doing some crazy stuff. Some of the bunkers weren't. And then, yeah, they took that, and they've been alive for a very long time. But on top of that, it has given them extreme power, because they get a little bit of power from each of the humans that they do this to. Humans or of the like. And their end goal is just to keep on growing in power more and more, and end up possibly becoming the leader of the wasteland. That would probably be their ultimate goal, is to take over the whole thing. They know it's probably not going to happen right away, but if they outlive everybody else, why wouldn't it happen, you know? And then on top of that, yes, what Duke said is correct. They are also in the Gachet pocket. Does that satisfy that question, or should I be giving more info?
So if the whole taking out Silence and Dust thing happens, does that, I guess, would that put a dent in the Gachet? Maybe not a huge dent.
We'll see what happens there. Because I have to kind of decide where that's going to go. Because I wanted you guys to be involved in that, but it made a lot of sense to for Veda to be gone for 3 weeks, or however long she's planning on being gone for, that she could take off and do this on her own. But it might come down to they want you to help out in the end. But with her being gone for 3 weeks, we have the Q&A today. You guys could go and attack the oh, what's their name now? the Adkeus family. Yeah. You guys are just now planning on killing Elwyn at the moment, right? Like that's your main goal.
First Elwyn, then we're going after
Elson
to get Molly back.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I might have her do stuff and then need help, but I do want you guys involved in the whole story aspect. I think there's some stuff that actually comes out when you actually get there, because there is, of course, more to it than shown.
Right.
Clark and on the stream. There's Moody Kenny. We don't even really know what Robin looks like, I guess. We've never got him drawn. Anyway. So yeah, that was our Q&A, and we had Gadget bail on us, so I guess we won't be doing the second part thinking we might do. But hopefully we can actually get a game in next week. Feel good, or is we gonna have issues?
I will know next week.
I should be fine. So it's a ways off, but the 23rd of June.
June?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a ways off. I'm just letting you know now. I'll remind you closer to it. I may not play that day because I'm getting a shot in my hip.
Oh, that's that day.
The hip shot.
We're at seeding, so if I'm in a tractor, I can join remotely. If I'm home, I can join. If I'm doing anything else, I can.
The 24th of June, I'm going to a Jurassic World exhibition. Son, do that. Because it's for my son, for sure. It's, you know.
Yeah, he's 2. He's smart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. He's 3. Thank you very
Oh.
much.
He's not 3 yet.
As of the 24th of June, he will be.
Well, then he'll for surely remember everything. I remember everything from when I was 3.
I do.
You lying liar of the lying pants.
I remember everything. Anyway.
You remember nothing.
Anyway. Everybody have themselves a great night. Thank you for watching. We had a few people on the stream as well, so thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments and we will answer them. Anywhere from episode 1 all the way to episode 60, and then hopefully next week we'll see you for episode 61, where we're gonna kill Elwyn.
Elwyn's body is gonna die. Say goodbye to Clownwyn.
And Elwyn's mind is gonna fry.
Anyway, everybody have a good night, and we will see you next week. Fingers crossed. Can't tell you that for sure.